Good evening. We are at the end of our day number 17 of this project. It's kind of exciting because we know we're getting near the end again. But we know this time that we have a lot of things that we accomplished today. And I'm really excited because one of the things that was accomplished was by Tim's electricians that he hired. And what happened was I was asked, or I was told, or I suggested, there's a lot of different ways you could say it. Either way, I'm working on their Wi-Fi system. I'm upgrading it and making it a better system. So today, if I can get my little gimbal thing to go the correct direction, there we go. Today, my Cat 5Es were installed. So this is one right here, and that's going to be for an access point that covers this hallway, that hallway, and that hallway, and beyond that door is a multi-purpose room. It'll also cover, well, what it's supposed to cover. It's going to do more than that, and up to this area. These are really powerful access points that are, I think I showed them off yesterday, but they're part of the UniFi system that is put out by the company Ubiquiti, I believe. Yes, Ubiquiti Networks. Here's a quick little plug for them. Ubiquiti Networks, and this is a UniFi long range access point, AP. The reason long range means essentially up to 600 feet, so this will go a long ways. I tested it yesterday with just one, and I was able to walk the way out there. Do you see the building way out there? About halfway, actually right there. Nope, sorry, that's the, okay, right there. Do you see the grays? That is those are parking bumpers. So I was able to walk out to there, walk all the way to the back corners of the building. No, sorry, not the building, the parking lot. And then I walked around to this side, and that's a house back there. But just before the house, there's a fence. You can kind of see it right there. I walked all the way along there to the road, and the one access point covered the whole area with no less than 2 bars. I was able to surf the internet and do a whole lot of stuff. Now, we get a lot of people on that network, and it might not work as well. So this is just kind of a rough test to see how it works. We're going to put 2 access points in. So one's going to be back there, and one I have installed in the sanctuary. Now I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to tell this thing to look up. So you can see right there, one of them is installed in the sanctuary now. So that's where we're getting our good Wi-Fi. And that is aimed this way because they're directional. So what that means is this access point is going to service the whole entire sanctuary and any of the rooms up there above and behind the platform. There's some rooms. There's an attic space there, an attic space there. Behind each of these screens, there is a room that could be used, and I think they're going to use it for some sort of a classroom or something. And wow, that's a lot of light back here that the phone's picking up. But there's a couple rooms back here as well that they can have access to. So that was exciting to be able to really work with this Wi-Fi system. So it's up and running, and yeah, it's working really great. We've got some better speeds than we had with their old system. And funny enough, the last day we were here, 2 weeks ago, their Wi-Fi seemed to disappear. It showed, but we couldn't connect to it anymore. We got back here, or when I got back here yesterday morning, tried to connect to it to see if maybe magically it worked, but it didn't. It wasn't working still, and Tim said his computer wasn't connecting either. So it was kind of funny because as I was kind of playing around with stuff yesterday, it seemed to just kind of go away completely. So we have a feeling the Linksys Linksys access point that was back there may have went kapoofy. And so we think that's done, and so this was wonderful timing to get in this new system here that they will like and they enjoy. Plus, this UniFi system allows us to create multiple networks, and they're going to need multiple networks here. I thought I heard something, sorry. And I'll tell you about the multiple networks in a minute, but the second thing, well, not the second thing, that was my deal, but Tim's Electricians did it. My big project of the day was the AV booth. We have 2 rack boxes here, now completely full of equipment. I'll kind of pop over here real quick. So what do we got going on here? This is the sound area. This is the sound rack, so to speak, because we have 3 sections in the sound booth. We have the audio area. I'm trying to get this thing controlled. We have the audio area, we have the video area, and we have the lighting area. Apparently, lighting's super important because it gets the biggest desk space. I don't know, but anyway. So what we have here real quick, I'll kind of go over, is we have a Juice Goose power sequencer. And then we have the Juice Goose, not LED. This is, it's like a super powered surge protector. It has 8 power adapters. You'll see when I walk around the backside. But this has 8 plug-ins, so we can plug all this stuff in, and then it will go plug in where it's more appropriate. Then we have the Listen system. This is for hearing impaired, and this is the only thing we're putting here, so we put a blank rack piece here. Let's see, can I rotate this? That's probably about what I can do. So we have our Listen system that's for the hearing impaired. Then we have our Tascam CD player. And that's kind of a cool. We have an intercom. I believe what this is an intercom system. I don't think this is purchased. I think this was something that they had before. Clearcom. Yeah, I think this is the intercom system. And installed a nice, smooth working drawer. It does not scrape on the desk, which I was concerned about. But a nice little storage drawer. This is the audio system, and by the way, again, this is the beautiful new soundboard. Their Studio Live Personas. I like it so much. It's blue. Anything blue, I just like it. So over here we got the Mac up and running. So, well, kind of. We discovered a boo-boo. The Mac asked for a mouse. So what do we have? Well, we have the Microsoft mouse that was borrowed from the Office computer because we searched and we searched and we searched and we couldn't find a Mac mouse. The magic mouse was not in the house. Tim discovered he did not order it, so it's on order now. But anyway, excuse me. We got the AV Mac up and running, installed. We got the keyboard here. We got this little guy right here, which I'll pull this. This is the box for it over here. But this is the Matrox multi-display adapter. It's a cool deal. But we discovered something. It doesn't take the HDMI cables like we thought. It takes the display cables. What is it? Yeah, the display port cables. Get the official wording there. So that's not plugged in quite yet. It will be. We're going to have, I think, the projectors. I might be wrong. I'm not going to say anymore because I just might be wrong. So there you go. If I hold it out here, you can see my face while I talk. Okay, but now we're going to zoom in. Here is, well, this is actually 2 things. This is the light rack, the lighting rack, and the video rack. So what we got here is another Juice Goose 8-port adapter. If you look back here, you can kind of see there's a couple power bricks, several things. It's all full. We need another one of these. We're going to install a secondary one here tomorrow. But this is the 8, I say port. It's a computer term, but an 8 plug-in place for all this stuff. Then we've got the lovely splitter, the DMX splitter here. And this is what's running all the lights, and these things through this cable right here is connected to the color source console, which is, I've shown a couple times, helps control the lights. You can change colors and all that fancy stuff. These go to different sections of lights that are up there right now. Then we go down, we have an empty spot. Oh, it changed on me. Here, let me move this. Hey, what are you doing? Sometimes it likes to find the joystick, and I have to rotate it Come on. I'm still learning this gimbal thing. Okay, so let me try and hold it that way. See how long it takes before it wants to move. Okay, right here is an empty spot. We're going to be putting what I like to call a brush mount in here. What that is just an empty thing with little bristles, and you run the cords through them, and it doesn't do anything except for kind of help hide your cords. You can't see through there, and the cords just kind of stick through there. It's what we have on the rack back there. I can't show it to you because it won't go up anymore at the moment. Next, we have the combiner, the DMX combiner. Nothing's plugged into it just yet, but there will be. Then we head down into the video stuff. I'm going to kneel down here and rotate this thing up. There we go. Hands getting tired. Alrighty, so we got the data video switcher here. Come on. There we go. Turn over. Move, move, move. I'm going to fight with this thing for a while until I figure it out. Okay. So we got the data video switcher, and we got some stuff that's getting plugged into it, and you'll see that in a minute. Then we've got the modulator down here. And then we have a Blu-ray player right here. And it's kind of interesting because I got a rack over here. I don't know if you can see it. Not a rack, but a shelf. It's that black thing there. The Blu-ray player was in the shelf, installed in here. But look how little this thing is. It only covers about half. Oops, hey, it's working. I plugged it in. Go ahead. Okay. It only covers about half the area. So having this up here, and then having this also taking only about half the area, we decided to combine those. These are Velcroed in so they don't go anywhere. Can't push on them. Might be able to break them. So that's kind of cool. Then down here we have the Intellics. And what's it called officially? No, it's not called. It's a matrix, essentially. You've got ins and you have outs. You have a bank of inputs and you have a bank of outputs. And we've been heavily populating the ins and the outs in the back. So when I installed it, I'd mentioned how we had all the cards that we were going to need for the ins and outs. Well, Tim gave me another card, said, here, install this. What was it? I think I installed an input card. Oh, another thing here that's a little, this is a little device with a lot of power. I like these things. And that is, come on, a Teradek. That's been installed as well, and it's sitting right here. I like the Teradek. It is one of the coolest little devices to make your live stream so nice. Come on down. To make your live streaming so nice and wonderful and easy. I love the Teradek. I wish I had a business that used the Teradek just because I like it so much. It's an amazing little device. I want everyone to have one. Okay, let's rotate around here. So we've pulled the backs. The AV booth is going to have these. You used to see it where it had 4 windows. There's the 4 windows. And this is what it's going to officially have on there. But I've pulled 3 of them off so we can get to the backs of this stuff. But look at this mess, huh? Look at that mess of stuff. I'm proud to say I did all that. And I'm not proud to say that I made the mess. I'm more proud that there's a mess that's there because that means a lot of stuff is plugged in. We've got, this is the power, the Juice Goose up here that's full. And let's see. I'm not able to see what you can see, so this is the inputs for that matrix. These are the outputs. There's Ethernet and HDMI, and I'm not going to try and show you anymore because it's really hard to do that. We have our Netgear right here, our little Netgear switch, and this is going to the Teradek, and this goes to the Mac. And the Ethernet cable will come in and plug into that. Here's the back of the Mac. It's a very simple little setup. There's only a couple things plugged in. There's nothing plugged into the soundboard as of yet because I'm not there. But I will be there. I'll get there soon, and we're going to have a bunch of stuff plugged in. Mics and instruments and speakers and monitors. And I'll kind of move it over here. This is the audio rack from behind. And again, there is nothing there because I haven't done it yet. Let's get you back on target here. Okay. So that's what I spent most of the day doing, was AV booth. Tim started the day, he's gone. He had to go shopping real quick at Fry's. And this is my second video. The first one was portrait, and it was sideways. It was horrible to watch. So I'm actually re-recording it, and I think this is a better one. But anyway, so Tim started the day, yeah, I was going the right way, working on these 3 speakers on the right side of the sanctuary. He was completing the termination process as it were, however you want to say it. So what that means is I don't know how well I can aim that up there, but let's go a little higher. There we go. Up there's a little thin speaker audio cable. See if I can aim it this way. That one that's sticking out right there, he soldered and terminated and got that plugged in. And then I've got my Ethernet cables that he went ahead and plugged in and wrapped up zip ties, and he did all sorts of nice prettying up, making some things look nice. And he did that for all 3 speakers on the right side of the sanctuary. Tomorrow he's going to come to the left side of the sanctuary and do those. But his day was full, even if he wasn't terminating that. He had to talk with some people. He had to make some, we had to go get lunch. Lunch is very important to keep a clear mind while you're working. But the reason I'm just talking is because I'm walking back here to show you the other thing he did. The other thing he did was he worked on the stage rack. And for most of the day, this was his station right here. He sat there and he soldered. And he soldered. And he soldered. What was he soldering? Cables. Well, no, he wasn't soldering cables. He was soldering the ends on them, terminating them, as apparently the official terminology is. I like just calling it, we're completing things. So anyway, this is our big rope of cable here. But he's been doing a lot of work back here. He's got a lot of different colored cables, and they all plug into different things. Some of them go through to the front. You can't really see. Some go through to the front, and some plug in back here. And there's just so many, I'm not even going to attempt to start describing exactly what they are and what they do. He would be a much better resource for that. But I can rotate this around and show you the front. So these are some of the pass-throughs. Oh, that's what I was calling it. The brush thing is a pass-through. I feel so silly. Yeah, he's got some of the cables coming through the pass-through, and they're plugged into the front. And what these ones up here are plugged into are the PreSonus Studio Live mixer. So this is a stage mixer. It's a little bit different than the mixer we have back there. And he's got these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 Ethernet cables that we pulled out. Well, Cody pulled them out from under the stage for us. They were there, and we decided to use them if we could, and we were able to. So we got 4 of them there, and they run to different stage boxes out there. But I can't really say a whole lot about what Tim did, except for he soldered, did a really good job, and he's plugged a lot of stuff in, and so that's a successful day. We did a lot today. It seems like we only did a few things. I spent the day in the booth. He spent the day sitting soldering. It doesn't seem like we really did a lot, but I've got almost 20 minutes of video of describing the different things that we did, so apparently we did a lot. But we have to get a lot done. Tomorrow night is training on this stuff, and the projection system, and the lights. Essentially, every bit of training is happening tomorrow night. So we got to get it all done before tomorrow night. So, got a lot done today. We got to get even more done tomorrow. Tim was probably going to be back here helping, not because I need the help, but there's just so much to do. There are so many things to plug in. And we may not pretty things up until Thursday, but there's just so much to do to plug. He's mostly done with that rack. There's a few things that has to get plugged in back there as well. So I may be doing this for most of the day, and he may be doing that, and then we'll combine our forces. Oh, he's got to finish the speakers on the left side as well, because the speakers don't work yet. Not on the left side. And at some point, I'm got to go and terminate and hang my second access point that's way down there in the hallway. So instead of explaining what I still have to do, I will just tell you tomorrow night what we did do. I'm not doing my morning videos anymore because it didn't seem like I got very many views, and I didn't hear anybody ask much about them. So I'm just going to, for this trip, do my day in review videos of this is what we did today. So anyway, thank you for watching, and if you click subscribe, then you will be notified when a new video pops up. So thank you for watching. Bye.